Hey guys, Thomas Bepko here. I got my main man Justin DeCrosta, and we're coming live with another market update. Stanford to Brantford on the shoreline, and we got some real interesting information this week. So go ahead, Justin.
So today, this morning, New York Times, coronavirus escape to the suburbs. Very interesting article. If you get a chance to read it, again, New York Times. Well, what it basically is telling you some of the percentages of those people getting out of the city and coming particularly here to Connecticut. So from New York moving to Connecticut, this time last year, it's up 74%. And it's up all around in New York as well. New Jersey, it's up 38%. In Long Island, it's up 48%. So when we were talking about a couple of weeks ago, we're seeing those under contracts really pick up in Fairfield County. We're not joking, right? It's proven right here. The New York Times have an article just about this. And it's not just buying homes. Fairfield County saw a huge increase in leases signed for this month compared to this time last year. And Westport really, TJ, is boomed. So leases in Westport up 63 just for this past month. Again, this time last year, up from 36 from last year. So we're seeing increases of people moving, increases of leases getting signed, all trickling down here along the shoreline here in Connecticut. A lot of people are citing new work habits, working from home, home offices, and school going to be starting in the fall, getting that suburb life while still maintaining their work now, doing it from home, not so much going into the city and at the offices. So as we start to, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of the movement. So as this continues, TJ, what do you predict? What do you think this means for our shoreline communities in Fairfield County in particular?
Well, I believe right now that the people who are living in this city that were on the fence thinking whether they maybe should go to the suburbs, should they stay in the city another year, those are the first people that I believe that are already coming. I believe the rental market, obviously, if people want to dip their toe in the water in Fairfield County, they want to rent for doing a short-term rental. We're seeing a lot of short-term rentals, 3 to 6 month rentals, 12-month rentals now. People dipping their toes in the water to see if they want to come to the suburbs. I've been saying this. I believe not only in New York, I believe in the metro areas. I believe people are going to start getting out of the city and looking more for the suburb life, whether they're in San Francisco Metro, Chicago Metro, New York Metro. I believe that we're going to start seeing this in more places than just the 203. But what do you think, Justin? What do you think?
No, it's really interesting. It's funny because, as we're doing our market update show, well, we mentioned that to you guys 2 weeks ago. We saw the under contracts really shoot up. Now, clearly, the New York Times has picked up on it as well. So it's a real thing, guys. So it's very interesting. And I know a lot of our calls are coming in from the city, people inquiring about our properties here along the shoreline. So something to think about and keep a tab on. But very interesting stuff. Again, New York Times today. Go check out the article online. We're going to move right into our market update here. This is going to be from May 2nd to May 8th. Overall, seeing a little dip this week. Total listings, total closed properties went down a lot this week. Really went downhill. And so we'll go along starting Brantford to Stanford. Brantford, 4 new listings, 13 showing deposit, 3 sold, showing deposit down quite a bit there. East Haven, 6 new, 14 under deposit, 1 sold. Pretty steady. East Haven numbers aren't usually big anyways, but that one's pretty steady from last week. New Haven. So last week, big boom.
We love Staven, though.
What? Yeah, last week, New Haven, big boom and under contracts. That really sunk this week, down about half. New listing 6, 15 closed there, also down about half. West Haven, pretty steady, 5 new listings, 11 under contract, and 6 closed, pretty steady from last week. Milford, we saw an increase in under contracts, up about double, 12 new listings, 25 under contracts, and also 4 closed. Again, the closings really flatlined this week big time across the board. Stratford, 15 new listings, 19 show and deposit, 2 closed, or show and deposit down about half in Stratford, so a big drop there. Bridgeport, 10 new listings, 22 under contract, 11 closings, down just a little bit, but pretty stable there. Fairfield, 24 new listings, 29 under contract, 9 closed. Now, Fairfield was booming last week, 40 under contracts. This week, they're still holding steady at 29, but, clearly down. Norwalk, 18 new listings, 29 under deposit, and 7 closed. Again, Norwalk also had a big under contract last week, and then this week staying steady at the 29 mark. So pretty strong market in Norwalk over the past 2 or 3 weeks. Stanford, 23 new listings, 34 under deposits, 7 closed. Stanford also super strong under deposits. They were up big last week. They maintained that at 34. Westport, 15 new listings, 12 under contract, 2 closed, down just a little bit there across the board. And Weston, our new town that we added last week, 5 new listings, 4 under deposit, and 2 closed. Again, not a big market there, just minimal movement. So across the board, all of Shoreline, everywhere down, closings especially down across the state, down almost 70%. So it'll be interesting as we move forward and we see the under contracts kind of take a little tick down or maintain. We'll see if those closings increase in the next week or two, but something to keep our eye on.
So I believe obviously the closing is slow right now because of the lag on the 60 to 90 day sales cycle, and we've been in the pandemic, right? So we're starting to see the effect of it right now, the closings going down. It's good to see the activity still okay, right? Some pockets are down, but some are staying steady, which look, we're still not healthy. We're in the 4th quarter, I believe, right, of this pandemic. Phase 1 in our area is probably going to start going off May 20th, May 21st.
Right.
They'll probably kick off phase 1. So I'm hopeful to see what's going on. We've got Mother's Day this weekend. Hopefully there is some activity, but hopefully people will still spend time and do their virtual Mother's Days, right, or whatever people are going to do, and keeping their social distancing. And then I think, at the end of May, it's going to creep up. So mortgage applications from a purchase side of things was up another 6% last week. It's not a lot, but it's an increase, right, of pre-approvals or some contracts that were written, right? So a little bit better on the mortgage aspect. I think we're going to start picking up here coming into the once we hit phase 1, it's very interesting to see our market update for the end of May, first week of June, and see really, really, really things start popping off. It's what's my prediction. But
yeah, so
we'll see. We're grateful. We're optimistic, right? Just what else we got?
I love to see that the pre-approvals increase, although it's small, it's minimal, but it's nice that they're increasing. So it will be interesting to see if they'll start turning into active buyers that turn into more listings coming on, and those under deposits particularly start to jump up once we get through. That's a great point, Mother's Day. And hopefully with our state, in particular, Connecticut, coming back here around the 30th of the end this month, we'll see those start transitioning and get those under contracts back up again. But tune back in for next week. As always, if there's a town we left out, you're interested, please leave in the comments below. As always, stay safe, TJ. Yep. Stay healthy.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Stay tuned, too. I'm telling you, this market's going to get going. It's going to get going. We're getting healthy. We're 4th quarter, baby. Let's go. Stay positive. Tune in next week. All right,
Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you then.
Peace.